Okay, what is up, everybody? Hello, and welcome. How are you doing? Welcome to the first of today's 2 gameplay streams. I am Darkside Phil. That's right, that has not changed. I am still Darkside Phil. I will probably always be Darkside Phil. I doubt that I will ever completely change my persona to something else. So welcome. How you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. I am still getting over my freaking cold. I certainly wish that I was doing better, but it is what it is. Every morning now I'm waking up and I basically feel like a zombie, head congested, and basically just kind of annoyed that it's lingering as long as it has. You know, pretty much I haven't had any new symptoms or anything since, I would probably say, Friday, but it is taking quite a long time, you know, to get these symptoms out of my body. And every single day I'm taking Mucinex, and every single day I'm taking decongestants, and as you hear, I'm still congested, and it's really annoying. And I apologize for that. There's not much I can do about it, okay? I'm doing everything I possibly can to try to recover, and hopefully I will be recovered soon, but it is what it is, alright? Alright, so, right now I got a cop drop in my mouth. This is pre-stream. It's going to be short. I'm not going to do a long pre-stream today simply because I'm already late. I had technical difficulties earlier. Couldn't get OBS to record properly. I've been having this issue on and off all week, where I try to record and it basically records, but then it won't stop recording. And the whole thing basically crashes and I have to restart it. I finally got it worked out, but unfortunately it made, you know, a few more minutes of a wait for me to get the stream up and running. So, for pre-stream, just a few quick things to talk about. First of all, special thanks to I Cured It With My Brain, who made the fan art for today's pre-stream, as you can see it there. That's number one. Number two, thanks to Popsicolo, who submitted a new emote overnight on the forums, the kingofhate.com forums. Wow, dude. Which is something that I say during playthroughs, especially when I'm frustrated about something that's going on in a game. So that one has been submitted, and hopefully it will be approved sooner rather than later. It's only text, so if they deny me this emote, they really got some fucking serious problems, okay? So, that being said, we'll see if that one gets approved. And as of yesterday, I hit 100 subs here on Twitch. So first of all, I want to say thank you to anyone who has become a sub here on my Twitch account. That is freaking awesome. I don't even think I had 100 subs, honestly, 2 years ago when I streamed from early 2013 to late 2014 on Twitch. I don't think I ever had 100 subs. You know, going back and thinking about it. So, that is an awesome thing, and I want to say thank you to everyone who is a sub of mine. Because I do have 100 subs now, I have the capability of having up to 8 emotes, okay? So, that being said, there's still room for 2 more. If anyone wants to take a crack at a couple emotes that may or may not make the cut here, please submit them on the kingofhate.com forums. There's already a thread there by which everyone's been submitting stuff in the general section. In addition, I know a lot of people have complained about the sub badge, which is supposed to be the old school sub black star with a little red crown on it. Unfortunately, that badge is from 2013. So we're talking 3.5 years ago, before they had higher resolution emotes or anything like that. So it does look pretty crappy. Okay, it does. It looks pretty crappy. So if anyone ever wants to take a shot at a new sub badge, a lot of people have recommended maybe just a crown itself. That would probably be pretty cool and much appreciated. Alright? Same thing with fan art. If you want to submit fan art, you could do so on the forums. And, why are people saying rest in peace headphone users with the volume turned up? Nothing's happened. What are you talking about? Nothing happened. I don't get it. I don't know. Anyway, what I was saying was, yeah, if you want to submit fan art for upcoming playthroughs, you know, for example, right now, as you know, right now I'm playing The Last Guardian, Dead Rising 4, Final Fantasy 15, and Pokemon Moon. Tomorrow is the Overwatch Christmas special, and also I'll be playing the final episode of Batman the Telltale series. Next week, I'll be checking out the premiere of The Walking Dead Season 3, okay? Of course, there will be the upcoming Patron multiplayer event, which you could maybe do something for. And then coming up in January, I can guarantee you I'll be playing The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time 3D, because I just bought it via GameStop, and this is a weird one. I'll talk about it in a moment here. But GameStop sent me a gift card, and I'll talk about that in a second. But anyway, those are all upcoming things, plus, you know, anything else, any other new releases that you're sure that I'm going to be playing. For example, Resident Evil 7 and all of that. Basically, fan art is back in full effect. Because, number one, I'm back on Twitch, which means I can run these fan arts here on Twitch. That's awesome. But number two, YouTube has finally fixed their fucking broken-ass copyright policy, and they don't shoot first and ask questions later anymore. So as long as it's a fair use kind of a deal, YouTube is not going to shut down videos for the use of, you know, artwork like this. So thank God they fixed their fucking policy. It took them a year, but they did. So, good. That's excellent. I loved the fan art I used to use here all the time, and I look forward to using more of it in the future. So this is a good, positive change, okay? Now, what I quickly wanted to talk about was this GameStop, excuse me, gift card. I got it out of nowhere. The other day, I'm opening my mail, and I thought it was like it looked like a card almost, like a Christmas card. And I opened it, and it wasn't. It was basically, it said, "Thank you for being a loyal GameStop customer and Power Up Rewards member. We're giving you a $65 gift card so you can basically buy a game on us. Thanks." And that's all it said. And I was like flabbergasted. I was like, I can't believe they're actually giving me something for nothing. I haven't even been to GameStop. No lie, I haven't been to GameStop since late April, actually, when I picked up Star Fox Zero. That was the last time I'd actually been there. So, for me to get something like that, I was like, what the hell? So, I said, well, I'm not going to be going there to physically pick up any games for the rest of this year. Let me see what I could spend it on. And I went online, and I said, okay, let's go ahead and I'll get Ocarina of Time 3D, because I want to play that next month regardless. And I got Final Fantasy IV, the Nintendo DS version, which was the remake, with better graphics, better remixed music, a lot of extra dungeons and tweaks to the game. So, yeah. So those are the two things I got with it. So I was like, wow, that's pretty good. Pretty, you know, a nice thing of them. I don't know why they did that, but hey, I'm not going to look a gift horse in the mouth. I had no plans to go there physically to pick up anything in the near future, so I got that stuff. So that stuff's on the way. I should be getting it within a couple weeks. Pretty cool. Alright, so real quick, everyone. Just to give you the rundown of what to expect today. It's the last Guardian on this stream, about 3.5 hours. Tonight, I'm playing more Dead Rising 2, about 2 more hours. Excuse me, Dead Rising 4 is what I meant to say. About 2 more hours of that at 7 p.m. Pacific time tonight. So for those who've been enjoying that playthrough, I hope you'll come back, okay? Tomorrow, it's my Overwatch Christmas special, because Overwatch is releasing their Christmas content. So that'll be here tomorrow on stream, usual time, okay? And then tomorrow night, I'll be doing the final episode of Batman the Telltale series, and yes, I've decided I'll stream it. Since streaming has become profitable and entertaining and enjoyable for me and you, I've decided to keep streaming. Now, if this changes, if people get burnt out on the streams and they're not liking the streams, or if, you know, let's be honest here, if I'm streaming, you know, 5-6 hours a day and I'm making $2 doing it, I'm probably not going to continue doing it. But so far, so good. Everything's been great. I cannot complain. Yesterday, actually, was incredible. I played Final Fantasy 15 for like 4.5... No, actually, I take it back. It was almost 5.5 hours. It was an elongated stream. And holy crap. I got a ton of new subs. I got a bunch of bits. Like, I was so pleased. I was like, wow, I'm happy that people are enjoying this new streaming on Twitch, this interaction, okay? So, pretty cool. Now, I don't know how today's gonna go. Let's be honest here. The Last Guardian, not a lot of people liked this game when I played it on Tuesday. I'm not expecting a lot of people here on stream. I'm really not. I'm just not expecting it, okay? But But we'll see. You know, not every day is going to be a home run either. You're going to have days that are better than others, okay? And surely I know that. Maybe tomorrow we'll get a little bit of a pickup with the new Overwatch content and stuff like that, okay? And then for the rest of this week, you know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm going to keep going. Wednesday is going to be the return of Final Fantasy 15, where I finish the story and I go into the post-game content. And then I'll be juggling, you know, between that and Dead Rising 4 and Last Guardian and Pokemon Moon. I'll be playing pretty much everything this week, okay? It's going to be a jam-packed week full of gameplay, and then when I finally start finishing the games, I will begin to review them for KO Gaming, which means there will be less streaming then, because I'll need the time to work on those reviews. But I will let you know. Alright, I will let you know what happens. Outside of all that, everyone, I don't have much else to talk about. You guys know all about the ways that you can help me. You know, the various plugs. The one thing that I'll say, I brought this up in the weekend preview last night. It's pretty important, okay? Patreon. I'm a little worried. And the reason I'm worried is because in the past few weeks, I've noticed that my Patreon has lost hundreds of dollars of funding. Now, it would be one thing if I noticed that, like, one or two people who had large pledge amounts said, oh, well, I can't afford to do that this month, and they all lowered their pledge amount significantly. That would be one thing if, you know, there was, like, one or two people who had, like, $50 pledges and they lowered it. That's not the case. What I actually noticed is that there's dozens of people who, for whatever reason, either withdrew their pledges or lowered their pledges. And that's not good, because I need that Patreon support. You know, 2 months ago, I mentioned to all of you how, unfortunately, my business is not doing so well. And the bottom line is it's YouTube. It's not you, it's YouTube. Because all the bigger YouTubers have come out and talked about this too. They said, what the hell? YouTube has less views than we're supposed to be getting. So less subs than we're supposed to be getting. And YouTube is refusing to take any responsibility, saying there's nothing wrong when there's concrete evidence from every YouTuber that this is happening. So obviously Google and or YouTube made some kind of a change to basically make YouTube less profitable for the content creators and did not disclose that information to anyone, probably because they're pocketing the money. That would be my guess. I mean, my honest guess is that they found a way for them to keep more money and fuck over the content creators. And they obviously don't want to be transparent about that, because then they'd look like the dirty crooks that they are. So unfortunately, my business, you know, hasn't been doing great, all right? And the good news is I had a big rousing amount of patron support out in October when I talked about this publicly for the first time, because there was a major risk that I was not going to be able to keep doing this, you know. And it was great for October. November, it went down a little bit, which I expected it to do. Now, all of a sudden for December, it seems like every day I check and the patron funding's lower and lower and lower. And it's freaking me out. Because the good news is I'm doing good here on Twitch, but that doesn't mean anything if I'm losing other funding that I already had. You know, like, wow, Twitch is great. People are coming out, they're watching, they're giving bits, they're subbing. This is amazing. And then I go look at Patreon and I lost $100 today. And I'm like, what the hell happened? You know? And I don't know if it could be that it's the time of year where a lot of people, you know, you're tight on money. It's the holiday season, you're buying presents for people and everything. I understand that. Listen, I get that, okay? That's certainly not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, please don't take it for granted that because I've returned to Twitch now, and Twitch seems to be going well, that I don't also need your other support that you've already been giving. I do. I need that patron support. And the other thing that people really don't realize, okay, is that Patreon, oh my god, I can't stop burping all of a sudden. Okay, now let me try again. Patreon allows me to basically get this funding with the least amount of loss. And what I mean by that is Patreon takes about 10%. So all the money that I get on Patreon every month, you know, that I use for special events and perks and paying my freaking bills, Patreon keeps 10%. Twitch keeps 50% of every sub. Alright, so I just want you to think about that. Gee, should I give Phil $5 on Patreon, or should I be a $5 sub on Twitch? Patreon helps me 40% more, okay? Because they keep way less money. Twitch keeps a lot more money, alright? It's just their business model. That's how they work. They take a lot of money. So, yeah. I mean, Patreon is the best way if you really want to support me, you want to allow me to keep doing this kind of video, this kind of stream, and you want to see me be successful in the long run. Patreon is the way to go, alright? Okay. So, just throwing that out there, all right? Just throwing that out there. Just want to let you know, it is up there. And, you know, the goal for this month is a good one. That Twitch and Chill stream, which is going to be a long one, a 7+ hour marathon where I'm playing a bunch of games that really aren't meant for YouTube playthroughs, more for just kind of relaxing and talking with streamers and stuff like that. That's going to be a good event. That could be the event that gets me noticed by a lot of people who normally wouldn't have checked out any of my stuff, okay? And I'm looking forward to it, but I need to hit the funding goal to do it, and when I'm seeing hundreds and hundreds of dollars, you know, being reduced every day, it's like, that's not good. You know, right now, we're actually only about, I believe, $100 of the goal. And what I mean by that is, yeah, we hit the goal, but if people keep lowering their pledges, we're not going to make it. And yeah, I mean, it's been a few months since we've been in that dire straits of not hitting a goal, but I don't want to go back there. We were in a good position, and obviously something changed, and the only thing that's changed is Twitch. So it's got to be that people are saying, oh, Phil's doing good on Twitch, he doesn't need Patreon, and that's not true, okay? All right. So really, that's it. That's all I want to talk about. I'm not going to go too much into plugs and everything because I'm not even feeling that good. So I just want to try to get into the gameplay, all right? So, thanks for listening to the pre-stream. Hope you got some information out of it. Time for more Last Guardian. Let's see if this game picks up in any way, because quite honestly, when I played it on Tuesday, I was kind of bored and frustrated, and most people who watched the stream were bored. And all week, people told me not to play this game and play the other games because they're better. Which is why it's taken me almost a week to get back to this game, so. Alright, folks. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it, and let us begin. Here we go.